Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. We've got nothing better to do. The show we talk about movies, TV shows, and video games. I'm your host Nathaniel, and this week I am joined by well, it's been a while. If you didn't notice, I'm a little rusty. I'm joined this week by Parker and Jeremy. Yeah, like I said, it's been a while, so we're here to catch up on some stuff that we missed. Mostly some like big stuff that we missed.
Yeah.
But so I haven't kind of looked at a lot of the little news. Haven't really kept up with. There wasn't that much little. We got a good amount of like big stuff that we can talk about for a while. So we're gonna dive into that. First bit of news is the Godzilla versus Kong trailer dropped a few weeks ago, and the internet went ablaze with theories and memes of who would win. And I'm here to settle this right now. In a legit fight between the MonsterVerse Godzilla after King of the Monsters and King Kong, no special ancestor energy acts, just a fight, just head to head, 100% Godzilla would win. Okay, it's not a contest. There's no debating.
You're just taking away his like biggest weapon. You're like, oh yeah, no contest. If you take away his biggest weapon, he's gonna lose. It's like, yeah, you take away Godzilla's atomic breath, he's gonna lose.
But that's
like,
that's part of him. You can't take it away. The axe is not part of him. It's not part of him. Is it attached to his body? No. Just with their default kits, Godzilla would win.
Because Godzilla doesn't use weapons.
I think no matter what, Godzilla should win.
Yes.
I hate Godzilla, so...
Why? He's the best. He's king of the monsters.
Because he's the master of gimmick.
Well, he's a shonen
like
protagonist.
Smash Bros.
He's a shonen protagonist.
He's gonna lose, so they just nuke him and he becomes stronger. It's like, well,
yeah, well, he's a giant thermonuclear bomb lizard. Like,
They should have kept the idea of the original Godzilla. He's not a lizard.
Big monkey. Well, Godzilla's always been a lizard.
Not the original.
Yeah, he's a radiated lizard. He's a dinosaur that was
at a different time.
He's a dinosaur that was radiated, and it woke him up. And then there's a version where
what I read was a lot grosser.
There's a version where he's the souls of the people that were killed in Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Yeah,
but not the original one isn't.
The original was.
Original one isn't. No, he's
that's disgusting, and I love it. I wish they kept that.
Yeah, well, because
skin isn't actually scales. It's
the original movie is it's an allegory for the bombs because he is a radioactive monster. No, okay. So that aside, let's talk about the trailer. So big thing is Mechagodzilla is probably going to make an appearance. There's one for sure, and then one possible appearance in the trailer. The first one is like 3 seconds into the trailer. You see a Godzilla that looks kind of metallic. It could just be the lighting. But he also has red lights going down his neck. And if you haven't seen King of the Monsters, Godzilla does get a power up where he goes red instead of blue. But that's also after he got nuked and Mothra juice. So maybe, it's like Super Saiyan. Once you've done it, you kind of, or Super Saiyan God, once you've done it, you can call it back. So it might be like that, or it's Mechagodzilla. But also later in the trailer, there's a scene where there's a character, and behind him there's this chart screen, and it says "Systems charged," and there's an outline of Mechagodzilla. So it's like, okay, it's probably Mechagodzilla. From the trailer, they talk about how Godzilla is attacking people and they don't know why, and then they're talking about how King Kong and the Kongs and the Godzillas in ancient times, there was a war and they're the only two left. And they're going to fight. And so they're like, okay, Godzilla's attacking people. We don't know why. Let's get Kong to come in and fight him because he's our only chance. But Godzilla, especially in these movies, is like Earth's defender, right? So my theory is, I have a couple. So first one is humans make Mechagodzilla, and Godzilla finds out and gets angry and starts attacking humans because they have upset the balance of power. And so because Mechagodzilla is not ready, or they want to use him, they try to get Kong to kill him. So the two strongest monsters on the planet, they're like, okay, let's just have them take each other out, and then we have Mechagodzilla, and then we don't have to deal with either of them anymore. And so that's why Godzilla's fighting, and then they try to have them fight. But then Mechagodzilla's ready, and then humans are like, let's just kill them both. And then they're like, let's get Mechagodzilla. And then they fight for a bit, and then they're friends, and then they kill Mechagodzilla. Or, I forgot what my other theory was. But that's like my main one. That's what I kind of think is going to happen. Is Mechagodzilla is going to be more of the enemy. I don't think either of them are really going to win. If one does, it's probably going to be Godzilla because he's kind of the main character. I can't see them making Kong win. I don't think Kong's going to die or anything, but I think Godzilla's going to win. Also, Kong, his like ancestral energy axe, it's pretty cool. I'll give it to him. It's kind of cheating because Godzilla's ancestors didn't leave him anything. They didn't give him a shield or anything, but
they gave him the ability to.
They had to give King Kong something to make it an even fight.
They just leave him a giant Tommy gun. He's just fighting Godzilla with that.
But my Tommy gun don't. Well, there's a version of Godzilla that can also shoot atomic beams out of his spines, but not this one.
So I think what might happen is they use because doesn't at the end of the King of Monsters they find like King Ghidorah's head, like one of them has been cut off, so they could use that to create Mechagodzilla, and that's why Godzilla's pissed. He's like, you're trying to resurrect my enemy. Well,
right? There is Mecha King Ghidorah. That is a thing. I would be like, oh snap! If they do Mecha King Ghidorah, I'd be like, okay, I did not see that coming. But I have a feeling it's gonna be Mecha Godzilla. Yeah, I love how they did King Ghidorah in King of the Monsters. It's super good, especially because like he's from another planet and they explained everything. They just did King Ghidorah well based off of the source material, so I enjoyed that. Yeah, so Godzilla would win. So that's Godzilla versus Kong. Parker, do you have any thoughts on Godzilla versus Kong, or you have any theories? Or
not really. I don't know. I've never watched a Godzilla movie.
You need to watch 2014 and King of the Monsters.
You haven't seen the last two.
I love 2014. It gets a lot of flack.
Disliked him.
Yeah, 2014 gets a lot of flack, but I really like it. And then King of the Monsters, it's really cheesy, but you don't watch it for the story. You watch it for the monster fights. Monster fights are great.
Yeah.
The finale,
if you go,
I wish had a little more like punch to it, but I still really liked King of the Monsters. Also, they do Godzilla's theme in King of the Monsters, and it's great. Also, 2014 has a she's on my screen right now. Elizabeth Olsen and Aaron Taylor Johnson. They're the main characters.
What? She's in what?
She's in Godzilla 2014.
Okay, I'll watch it.
She's one of the main characters. Yeah. So, King of the Monsters, I'm super excited, and it's actually releasing in theaters, which is awesome. So I'm gonna try and go see it. If I have to drive to Arizona again, so be it. But I will see that movie in theaters. Let's see what else we got. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So yesterday was Super Bowl 55. I know we usually talk about Super Bowl commercials, but I feel like there wasn't really that many good ones. There's a couple that I really liked.
I think the only time I laughed is when the Paramount Mountain was in the background and they said, "Wow, would you look at the skyline tonight? It's beautiful."
One of the guys,
I laughed way too hard.
One of the guys I was watching it with was like, "I didn't know there's a mountain in Tampa." Just completely disregard the stars floating on top of it.
Around yeah.
Just this like 6,000 foot, or more than that. It was like 160,000 foot mountain just right next to the stadium in Tampa, like.
In Tampa,
yeah.
Florida.
Yeah, just in the middle of nowhere.
Makes sense.
No, I like the Cheetos commercial was great. The one with Shaggy and Ashton Kutcher. Nope, it's not Ashton Kutcher. And Mila Kunis. That one was funny. The Will Ferrell GM one, the Norway. That one was funny.
Yeah, it was okay.
The Rocket Mortgage ones were pretty good.
Oh, the Tracy Morgan ones.
Yeah.
I'm Tracy Morgan. It's like
everyone else hated them, but I liked the late night talk show one. Just where he so awkward.
Dipped the ranch and
dips the football in ranch and licked it.
And you just hear the ASMR stuff.
Wait, what?
He bites the wings, and it's just like you can just hear his lips smacking.
And there's just juice going all over the place, and then he dips a football in ranch.
And then licks it off.
What?
Yeah, those were funny.
Who was that? I don't know.
Stephen Colbert. Stephen Colbert.
Okay.
Yeah, so there was, they're okay. There wasn't any. A lot of companies specifically didn't have Super Bowl commercials.
There was a freaking Scientology commercial 30 minutes before the Super Bowl when I was watching.
Of course there was.
I was disappointed in CBS for that.
Got to have money. I watched Super Bowl on a some people are like, oh, I'll go watch the game on my 65-inch TV or my 75-inch TV. Boy, I watched it on a 161-inch TV. What's up?
Was it an actual TV or was it a projector? I didn't see it.
It's a big LED screen. So it's all LED panels.
That's cool.
It was dope. It was fun watching it on there. Sorry if you can hear my roommates in the background. But yeah, so we watched Super Bowl on that. But yeah, so we also got a trailer. There's a teaser during the game for Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It comes out March 19th. So a week after, so once WandaVision ends, there'll be a week, and then Falcon and the Winter Soldier will be the week after. Ooh, excuse me. After that, and essentially the plot of the show is there are going to be some fights over this bad boy. Woo! Let's go. That's right. I gotta get a shield.
Why do you have?
When did you get that?
Like 2 days ago. It's plastic, but so now I've got a lightsaber and a vibranium shield, so I'm basically like indestructible. The other day,
unless someone else had another lightsaber
or a Beskar, then I'd be good.
Yeah.
The other day, so I have a lightsaber, and one of my other roommates does too. So one of our roommates was in the kitchen, so I grabbed my shield and the lightsaber. My roommate grabbed his, and we went and we caught him on both sides. So he grabs this little like butter knife, and he's like trying to ward us off. And so I just shield bashed him with the shield and just smacked him in the stomach with my lightsaber. It was funny to abuse him like that.
Funny.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So we got a trailer for it. It starts off they're in like therapy or like counseling because they don't like each other. I don't think they don't like each other. They're just like, it's that like banter of like, you annoy me, but we're friends. That's because he's like, that little girl kicked your butt, and he's like, just yells at him while he's hanging on to the car. He's like, why does he aggravate you? And he's like, do you have a plan? And he jumps out of the plane. Like, I think the dynamic between them will be fun. And even in like Civil War, where they're watching Captain America, and he's like, can you move your seat up? No.
then Captain America
kisses her, and they're both just like, my dog. Yeah, I think they'll be fun. Yeah, I'm excited. Honestly, the trailer wasn't like, didn't show that much, and it wasn't like super like exciting, but I'm still really excited for the show. I think it'll be really good. It's got me excited.
I was glad they didn't ruin anything, because I feel like a lot of trailers nowadays, it's like, hey, there's this big event that happens. We're kind of gonna spoil it for you. You're like, well,
Yeah.
okay.
I hope they don't do as much, because it comes out in a month. I hope they don't push it as much as they did WandaVision, because there was like a new TV spot trailer like every day, all with new footage like all the time, and it's hard to avoid it. So I hope they don't do as much as they did with
Did the WandaVision trailers reveal anything? Because I didn't watch it.
The first one is a big reveal. There's actually a kind of a big reveal in it. I think it's for an upcoming episode. I'll talk about it in a second, but yeah. So any thoughts on Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
I need new shows to watch, so yeah, I like it.
We got to look at U.S. Agent, who's essentially just government controlled Captain America. He's kind of
Did we see that?
He's a bad guy. He's the guy that high fives the dude walking onto the field. He literally just looks like Captain America, but a slightly different suit.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I think is gonna happen is, because it shows Sam holding the shield at the Captain America like museum or something. I think that's like them being like, "Hey, we're passing on the shield," and then they realize that U.S. Agent is kind of a not good guy, and then they have to go get the shield back. And then also Zemo is back. I forgot to mention him.
Yeah, what?
A little more
What
comic
was
accurate. I think he just went to jail.
Ah,
Because he tried to shoot himself, and then Black Panther
this is a bad dude.
puts his hand.
Here's some handcuffs.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he didn't go to jail. He probably went to the raft. So like supervillain prison. Somehow got out. So yeah, he's back. So we're gonna have a couple bad guys. There's the Flag Smashers, which Flag Smasher, singular, is a villain in the comics that's essentially evil Captain America, or like, I don't want to say like neo-Nazi, but like overly patriotic terrorist Captain America.
So kind of like, was it John Cena in?
Yeah, like him, where he's like, yeah, I forget his name in Suicide Squad, but that's essentially what Flag Smasher is. So now they're like a group. The leader is played by the girl from Solo, the one that plays Enfys Nest. The like redhead girl with all the freckles. It's her. So yeah, and then obviously Sharon Carter, Agent 13, makes a return too, doing some cool secret agent stuff in the trailer, just kicking some dudes' butts. So yeah, I'm excited to just have kind of like an action-y show, because obviously I love WandaVision. It's really good, but it's a very different type of show. So I'm excited to see kind of like more of like a Marvel-y movie kind of show come back. But yeah, Falcon and the Winter Soldier looks good. It's good. I like Falcon's new suit, and like how his wings are actually like wings now. And I think he'll probably be able to throw feathers like he does in the comics, which would be cool. Or like
That would be cool.
and have them come back, I think would be cool. Like Hawks and
Boomerang knives.
and My Hero.
Yeah, that's what I was talking.
Next, some video game news. Not really anything major, but I think it'll be cool. I'm really looking forward to this game, actually. Lego Star Wars, the complete Skywalker saga. It's probably going to come out in like April or May, hopefully. Maybe March. That'd be cool. But it's supposed to have 300, or confirmed to have 300 playable characters, including Babu Frick, who's probably going to be the size of a stud. Just super tiny.
Hope so. I really hope so.
He'll probably have like secret areas that only he can get into, because you know how like the small characters can go in like the little trapdoors and stuff.
Yeah.
Also, Parker had a little bit of news for Lego Star Wars too.
I don't know if it's confirmed. I know people were talking that it's going to happen, and they're going to make it so you can turn off dialogue for the new Lego Star Wars game.
Which would be great.
Because, yeah.
Because the originals don't have. Yeah, originals don't have dialogue.
Yeah.
There's just
and the new ones.
beautiful scenes where like Obi-Wan would just be like, huh?
Or Vader showing a picture of pregnant Padme to Luke.
Yeah. Like stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, like it's so charming.
Adds to the comedy of the game.
Yeah, the silliness.
It's a Lego game.
Yeah.
When the new Lego games are so serious.
Yeah, they're all dialogue and yeah, I hope they do that.
Yeah, I hope they do too.
I saw a post on prequel memes. It was like you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. And it was in Lego Star Wars, Commander Cody dies fighting General Grievous. Because I think it came out before Episode 3 did, or it was like it was in development before Episode 3 came out, I think. And then in obviously Episode 3, he tries to kill Obi-Wan because freaking clone troopers. It will be done, my lord. But yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to the game. That game.
Yeah, is it coming to the Switch?
I think it's coming to everything.
Okay,
but I don't know what I'm gonna get it on yet, because if there's like online multiplayer, it depends like what I'd get it on. Maybe I'll get it on Switch so I can play whatever. I don't know.
Seems like a Switch game. Like, hey, I'm gonna bring my Switch over so we can play Lego Star Wars.
Yeah. I just wish I had someone to play it with.
Yeah, if only.
Well,
I do have. No. That is not public. Will not be public. Yep. A couple of my friends that want to get on PS4. So like, if it has online, I can play with them, but probably never have time to play with them. But yeah. Okay, and then the last thing we're gonna talk about is probably the majority.
Wait. If anyone cares, NCAA football coming back.
Yeah.
Okay, next thing. Because I know these guys don't care, but I do.
I mean, I've played Madden a few times. I enjoy Madden, not that much. Like I enjoyed it times I played it. I just don't like sports games. I don't really watch college football because it's so chaotic, as opposed to like NFL. I'm just used to NFL. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
if this was Dr. Pepper, then I'd be a college fan, but it's not. It's Coca-Cola, the superior dark caffeinated drink.
How much did you say Godzilla weighed?
Like 99,000 tons.
King Ghidorah is 141,000 tons.
Well, yeah, King Ghidorah is bigger than Godzilla.
No, 141,000 tons. So he'd be like...
He's like twice...
100 times heavier. If he's only 99 tons.
He's twice the size of him.
Did you say... You said 90 tons. 90 tons versus 100.
99,000 tons.
Oh.
Yeah, first time you said
different.
Yeah, no, I said 99,000.
You just said 99 tons.
Oh, no, there's no way.
You did. That's what you said.
Oh, well, I thought
that's why we said he could float on the aircraft carrier.
No.
Oh,
okay.
If he was 99,000, he should not be able to.
Yeah, well, that's why I said I thought you were joking, because I was like, yeah, aircraft carrier could totally carry him when he weighs exactly the same amount as the aircraft carrier.
Oh.
That's why I was like, yeah, of course it could carry him. But no, he weighs 99,000 tons, not 99
Especially with
tons.
both King Kong. Okay, did we even talk about this at the beginning of the podcast?
No, I don't think we did. Okay, yeah. So, Parker was like, so the Godzilla on the aircraft carrier is probably Mechagodzilla, but I was like, no, I don't think so. They're probably around the same height. And then we're like, well, how big is an aircraft carrier? How are they even floating on it? So I looked it up. Godzilla, one of his feet is about 60 feet wide. So he's probably around 250 feet wide. He's a thick boy. Extra thick boy. So King Kong's probably somewhere similar. And Godzilla weighs 99,000 tons. And what was the weight capacity for an aircraft carrier, Parker?
Well, the heaviest one was 100 100,000 tons,
So
but it also has a lot of clearance. So I don't know.
yeah, but I mean,
I don't want to pull out my buoyancy equations right now.
Yeah, I don't know that formula or how to even assume, but I'm assuming two massive monsters that weigh over 90,000 tons would not float on an aircraft carrier.
Or fit.
Or
An
fit.
aircraft carrier is only 250 feet wide. The largest one's 250 feet wide.
And that's how wide Godzilla
And
is.
They looked small on the aircraft carrier.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
also
Unless
the
it's
world
a one built specifically to like harbor a monster on it. But
What's the one from Marvel? What is that called?
the helicarrier.
Yeah, it's like helicarrier.
Well, a helicarrier is just an aircraft carrier with propellers.
I think it's way bigger.
I don't know. I mean, it could be a big aircraft carrier. It would make sense. But like, what they just bring King Kong into the middle of the ocean, probably much deeper than he can stand or swim, and they're like, we're just gonna put him on a boat that Godzilla can cut through like butter and chain him to it, and he's gonna be fine against an amphibious monster that can breathe fire.
Are they really gonna fly him out of there? Do they have the capabilities to land an airplane big?
I'm just saying, what do they expect the monkey to do in the deep ocean against a lizard who lives in the ocean?
Well, it kind of looked like that they weren't expecting, like they were bringing him over from his island.
Oh,
Godzilla
maybe.
attacked.
But he like wakes up, so I feel like they drugged him, and then they were like,
his anger awoke him.
yeah.
His anger for gimmicky characters.
But he's not gimmicky. He has one thing that he does, and it's shoot atomic breath. That's that's his one thing.
And absorbs
nuclear energy and powers him up. He can literally go Super Saiyan,
and he goes Super
Saiyan.
He feeds off of radiation. That's like trees feeding off of carbon dioxide.
Yeah, the trees don't shoot lasers.
And feeding off of radiation doesn't make any sense.
Well, he's a monster. He's a radioactive monster. It's not biology that we understand as humans, but it makes sense in context. He's not okay. He's gimmicky in the fact that he has one gimmick, and it's atomic breath.
He's worse
like
than
multiple in one.
He's worse than who?
Min.
If Godzilla was in Smash, all his specials would just be atomic breath.
Yep, all of them.
But
they'd all one hit KO.
And then
his Super Smash is they just drop a nuke on him and he just blows the whole stage up.
Yeah,
and you can't use that stage anymore.
Just goes burning Godzilla.
Yeah, and he just stands on the bottom blast zone.
You know what? Oh, you know what could
as
be?
you fall to your death over and over again.
If Godzilla is smaller, if everyone thinks he's smaller because Kong, it could be the son of Godzilla, and then Godzilla's like a big boy, because that has happened a few times. Also,
as long as they explain why Godzilla is so tiny.
In Godzilla versus Destroya, he's burning Godzilla. So because in like the past two movies, he started powering up way too much. He's absorbed too much radiation, and it's killing him. But he also has like an insane power boost. That's the only way that he can fight Destroya, is that he's so overpowered it's killing him. And then he dies in that movie, and the little Godzilla absorbs all the energy from him and then like grows up almost to full size, and then he kills Destroya. So I could see this being like the next Godzilla, and big Godzilla is the one from the past two movies is huge, but he's also dying because of the burning effect. I could see that. And this is it's supposed to be the last of the MonsterVerse movies. So I could see them being like, okay, the original one died and the new one's here. But I'm excited for this movie. I think
I just want to see Godzilla clap some cheeks. Or King Kong.
I was like, yeah, oh, he's gonna lay down some smack.
I want to see like the Godzilla shoot Mechagodzilla, and like we can see him. I think King Kong just chops the head off.
Yeah, he just like grabs the head and or just like rips it off. Or he rips the jaw open. He pulls a 2006 King Kong, rips the jaw open, and then shoves the axe down his throat. I hope Mechagodzilla is like a Megazord, and there's like 5 Power Rangers inside of it piloting it. And then Godzilla shoots atomic breath through them and blows them all up. That'd be cool. Let's talk about WandaVision, though. So as for this recording, we are 5 episodes in, and there is a huge moment at the end of the 5th episode. But let's talk about overall the show first. Spoilers for WandaVision from this point forward. I actually said it before we started talking about it. Overall, Parker, you just watched the entire series, so it's the most fresh in your mind. So why don't you start? What are your kind of your general thoughts on WandaVision so far up to episode 5?
Well, the first 2 episodes, I was like, what is going on? Why is everyone talking about how weird the show is? Well, besides the fact the first 2 episodes are weird in a different way, and how it turns out with
I love the first 2 episodes. They're
I like them,
they're so because obviously we knew it was gonna be like sitcom-y, different decades and stuff, but they're so 50s, so 60s. They do so well at mirroring those types of shows, but then every now and then, like, you can tell the camera changes and the shot type changes, and it's so subtle, and the cinema, the vignette bars switch from 16:9 to 4:3, and like it's so subtle, and like oh, there's something from the outside world, and it changes, and it's almost like kind of thrillery, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so clean how they did that. So yeah, after watching the first 2 episodes, I was like, I like this show more than The Mandalorian, because it was so fresh and so new, and they did it so well. Yeah. What about you, Jeremy? What are your thoughts?
Oh, I don't know if I like it more than Mandalorian, but like the way they did it with like how even like when a new time period and it changes from one time period to the other, you physically can see like how the screen changes, and so you're like, okay, we're in a new era, and it kind of like you progress with the show. And I was like, the way they do it is so good, because then like when it goes from the show to like the outside world, and it's like the crop bars just like
it's so
away,
seamless. You don't even notice, or it'll be a cut to like outside, and it'll just switch, and you don't even notice it. It's so clean. Yeah, I love how it's like we're so in the dark, we don't know what the heck's going on, and yeah, it's just so interesting because they're just doing like they're drip feeding so well. It's very interesting. It's keeping everyone entertained. But I guess let's go episode by episode. Let me pull them up here. I got them right here. So episode 1 is like the 50s, and it's about Vision is his boss and his wife come over for dinner, and they're like trying to figure. It's like they just have realized that they're in this thing, and they're trying to navigate it. But then every now and then something shows up, and it's like, oh, something sinister's going on. Something's not right. And the scene where she's like, Viz, like she's like, stop it. And he's just choking on the floor, and you're just like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And it like switches. It changes cameras, and it changes shots, and it's like, oh. And there's like I don't remember if it's this episode or I think it's the second episode with the beekeeper and stuff. Yeah, so the second is like the 60s, and it's what is it about? Oh, the talent show. And this is where we see
Vision gets drunk.
Yeah, because he swallows a piece of gum. That I really liked this episode. It was very fun. There wasn't a lot of like outside stuff. There's like a couple things in it, but then we see
there's
the radio.
Well, there's the
helicopter
drone.
Yeah. and it's in color, and you're like, what's going on?
Yeah, when she bleeds, her blood is red.
Yeah. And so we get Geraldine shows up, and it turns out she's not supposed to be there or whatever. Spoilers. She's Monica Rambeau, who is Photon. She's a daughter of Maria Rambeau, which is Captain Marvel's best friend. So if you've seen that movie, the little girl, that's her. And they tease her powers in the latest episode too. We'll get to that in a second. Next episode is the 70s, so now in color. So if you didn't know, this show is loosely based off of the comic run of House of M, which, if you don't know, again, is a story where Wanda Maximoff, Scarlet Witch, is so fed up with society and the mistreatment of mutants that she creates a pocket universe because she has reality warping powers, which she now has in the show or in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Big time.
We see that very quickly. She does. She makes a pocket universe where mutants are the elite species and humans are the one that are looked down upon. And there's a whole thing that goes on there. And like there are like still heroes like Spider-Man, where he's still a human that got powers, but he pretends to be a mutant and stuff like that. So it's just kind of like a what if kind of scenario. But it is like canon, like it still happened in the thing, in 616. But yeah, so it's loosely based off of that. And in that storyline, she's married to Vision. They have kids. And those kids are eventually reincarnated into the 616. But so in this episode, in the 70s episode, she becomes pregnant and gives birth. So it all happens really quickly. And we see later why. But her kids, so their names are Billy and Tommy, which are characters in comics that are the reincarnations of her kids from, I think, from House of M. Don't quote me on that. I might be wrong. But Billy is, he's a gay witch boy. For lack of a better way to describe that. He basically has his mom's powers. And then Tommy has his uncle Quicksilver's powers. So he's a speedster. And so, but we see in this, so they age up. They have the power to age themselves up. So I'm assuming Billy at least has his mom's powers that can do that. And there's also, I saw a lot of talks of the character Wiccan getting a show. Wiccan is Billy. That's his hero name. Which essentially means male witch, I think. But it's the name for a male witch. So I'm assuming they're going to age up to like, I think in the show, Agent Wu makes the joke like they're going to be empty nesters by dinner time. I think the kids will be like 18 or 16 or something by the end of the show. But yeah, in this episode, she gives birth, and she also kicks Geraldine / Monica out of the hex, is what they're calling it. It's a great play on words because there's like pixels. That's the energy field, but they're in the shape of a hexagon, and obviously a hex is like a spell that a witch does and stuff. So it's a play on words. So yeah, she gives birth in this episode, and then the next one is so episode 4. I actually didn't really like episode 4. A lot of people liked it. I think it's the weakest episode. My favorite. I think it's the weakest episode because it's only exposition. It's just an exposition dump. So it's everything that's going on outside. Obviously, we learn a lot. I enjoyed it, but I still think it's the weakest episode because of that. So we get the return of Kat Dennings as Darcy from Thor. We get the return of Randall Park as Agent Wu. And everyone, internet loved it. Agent Wu is my favorite character. How he learned the close-up magic trick of pulling out his business card from Ant-Man and the Wasp. And we see how Monica got sucked in and kind of how all that stuff went down. They kind of learn about how that's a broadcast and just get answers onto what's happening, that they're actual people.
Oh, go ahead.
And
they say that her name was never Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
They said they've never given her a name.
No, yeah.
Her
Well,
name is just Wanda.
no one ever calls her the Scarlet Witch, so I think
I know.
after this they will. But
Yeah,
um,
but that has never happened.
yeah,
I
no
didn't
one has ever
realize
called
that.
her Scarlet Witch. No one ever calls him Quicksilver either.
Yeah.
He's just Pietro. Oh, also, in this episode, or the one before it, the 70s episode, where she says, I had a brother, and she says his name was Pietro, but she says it in her accent. I was like, why did they kill him? They should have never killed him.
Oh.
But
Well,
I did say spoilers, so we got an episode. And the latest episode was the 80s episode, which is great. I love the perm. I love Vision's, like, his hairdo and their crazy windbreakers and sweaters and stuff. But the twins age up, so they're now age 10. They age up twice in the show, or in this episode. And the whole episode, Vision's kind of figuring out more what's going on. He is technically the original Vision, the one that got his brain ripped out of his head, that Wanda stole from S.W.O.R.D. and has revived. And we know that it's okay. So I don't know if it's Vision and she restored him, or it's Vision and she rebuilt him and he still looks lifeless because she sees the image of him with the all dead gray Vision, but then he quickly snaps back to normal Vision. So I don't know if it's like she put a soul in him, but he's still just a lifeless husk, or she remade him and she's having an hallucination. So I don't know which is which, but we do know that she went out, she stole him, and so they send a drone in, and Wanda ain't too happy. She comes out and confronts everyone. And when she does, she reverts back to her Sokovian accent. She's wearing her uniform still. So she was wearing it in Infinity or in Endgame, because she was wearing it in Infinity War when she got snapped. So this must have, I think this has to take place like a few weeks after, because Monica got snapped and then she comes back. We see that in episode 4. So this has to happen like 3 weeks after
Just a little bit.
Endgame, give or take. So I feel like she like just did it, because he says 9 days ago, which would have been like a week and a half from where they are now. So she like must have just gone straight and just been like, I'm getting Vision back or whatever. But at the end of the episode, so the whole time they're talking about how she can bring things back from the dead, like Vision, and then like the boys get a dog and it dies, and they're like, oh, you bring her back. And so the boys ask her, Mom, do you have a brother? She doesn't say he's dead. She says, I do, and he's far away. And I think that activated her magic or something. And at the end of the episode, there's a knock on the door. So Vision's figured it out. He knows that they're in a simulation and she has a lot to do with it. But they say that Wanda is the sole victimizer, that it's all her. And because they said that, you know it's not her. And then like when Vision snaps Norm out of it, he doesn't say Wanda. He says you have to stop her. He's very vague. So it could be someone else. There's a theory that it's Agnes, that her name is Agatha something, which is the name of a witch in Marvel. People think it's Mephisto. I don't know who it is, but I think there's someone else influencing her, pulling the strings. Regardless, so she says, my brother doesn't live here. And Vision, at the end of the episode, figures it out, and there's a doorbell. The doorbell goes off, and she's like, you think I did that? And he's like, well, I'm not going off statistics anymore. And it rings again, and she goes to answer it, and she's like, and you see the back of his head, and I was like, I freaking called it. I texted Joel. I was like 20 minutes into the episode, I'm like, I'm calling it now. Pietro is gonna be Uncle Jesse because this is the '80s episode. It's Full House. He's gonna be Uncle Jesse, and then you see the back of his head, and I'm like, oh snap! Here he comes, and then it's camera flips, and it ain't Aaron Taylor Johnson. And I was like, what? It's Evan Peters, the X-Men Quicksilver, just completely out of left field. No one saw it coming. Maybe someone did, but it didn't get leaked. And I was just like, whoa, converging universes. This is how the mutants come in. Like, I mean, I am kind of sad that Aaron Taylor Johnson isn't Quicksilver. I do really like him. I wanted to come back and redeem himself and not have that stupid accent anymore. But this is cool too. Like, I get it. This is how they're gonna fold the mutants in. Everybody liked
this Quicksilver is much cooler.
Yeah, but I really wanted him to come back and redeem himself.
He's like the only redeemable quality of the X-Men movies.
Yeah, but they waste him in Apocalypse, and then I didn't even watch Dark Phoenix, so he's only good in one X-Men movie, and it's because of that scene, phenomenal scene.
Yeah, it's true. You're right.
He does have a good character in that movie, but it's literally that scene that's like, if I could save time. He flips the guy and like makes him punch himself. It's a great scene. There's a video on YouTube that's just called the Quicksilver scene, but in real time. And it's literally, so he goes to shoot the bullet, and then it's literally, there's just nothing in between. It's just them all punching themselves, and they're all like. But yeah, so it's the X-Men. It's the X-Men Quicksilver. So I guess now that we've kind of gone through the show, what are your give me your spoiler thoughts, or what are your thoughts on Evan Peters' big Quicksilver and the Fox merger and mutants and the multiverse of madness and all that?
I hope they don't mess it up and they don't make it like really bad. I don't know how they're gonna make it good because it seems really hard to bring back someone directly from another movie franchise and say it's the same person.
But that's the multiverse of madness. It's the multiverse. She obviously has reality warping powers. It'd be pretty simple.
But so far, nothing has been a different universe.
I know, but I'm saying it'd be pretty simple for her to just be like, oops, I accidentally brought the wrong, or this is my brother from another timeline, another universe. And this is how they establish mutants in the MCU. Brady thinks we're going to get Fassbender, Magneto. I hope not. Honestly, I wanted them to recast a bunch of the heroes, because obviously Hugh Jackman's not coming back as Wolverine. So I wanted them to recast a bunch. But I think this is them kind of being like, hey, mutants are coming. I hope we don't get all the young versions of the X-Men, because a lot of them aren't great. But yeah, I don't know. But okay, what are your thoughts on the show at this point now that we're where we're at now?
I like it.
Really good.
Jeremy, what do you think? What do you think the Evan Peters cameo recasting? What do you think of this? What do you think it's gonna lead to?
Dude, as soon as I saw that, I was like, I understood why Brady wanted to talk to someone. I was like, oh my! Like I yelled out loud. I was like,
I know. I was like,
so many possibilities.
Yeah, my brother and sister were like,
genuinely,
have you seen it yet? I'm like, no. And I was like, why? Like, you have to watch it.
So just like there were so many other theories I had that like them connecting the mutant universe through this was not just on my mind at all, because I was thinking about all these other things.
No way. I thought it was gonna be the snap.
And then, yeah, and it was, or like somehow her brother, or she, like all these other things of like,
yeah. Because I think this might confirm powers. This might confirm that they're mutants.
That those two.
Yeah. I could see them being mutants and like their powers were enhanced by the Mind Stone, or like latent and were brought out by the Mind Stone. I could see them saying something like that. I forgot to say something. I think I just had a thought. What if because obviously she just pulled in someone from the multiverse. Doctor Strange shows up, and this goes directly into the Multiverse of Madness. Like, the Multiverse of Madness is a sequel to WandaVision.
I definitely think multiverse. Like, I know we have like Captain and Winter Soldier after, like, in between, but I think
because this could be happening at
Madness
like the same time too. Like, it doesn't have to be exclusively in order. They could happen at the same time. So
no, but yeah, like the Multiverse of Madness, I honestly think
because she's gonna be in it with
like,
him. She's gonna be in it with Doctor Strange. So I could see him just being like, "You're coming with me."
And they pretty much go on a multiverse.
Yeah,
adventure fighting.
I could see her just being like if there is someone pulling the strings, influencing her to like bring out the multiverse to like, I think, you just brought all these universes to collide, so now we have to go deal with it.
Yeah, what I think is someone might be like talking, like someone might be controlling Wanda.
Yeah,
and the person who's controlling her.
I think
is going to be the villain.
Someone's influencing her.
In the Doctor Strange movie, or it's a movie, right?
Yeah, movie.
Okay, it's gonna in the movie it's be like, hey, there's this like time god who's manipulating you, and we're gonna go fight him. So come with me, and she has to go pretty much, prove her innocence or something.
Yeah, I could see that. I'm just excited. I want to see because next episode's just gonna be about her and Pietro. So. Or what if Aaron Taylor Johnson comes back too? And there's 2 Quicksilvers. Because the whole time they're like, she can bring that was a great fake out because they're like she can bring people back from the dead, and everyone's like, oh, it's gonna be Quicksilver. But it's like, or she's just gonna pull one out of the multiverse and bring that one in. So. Oh man, I don't know. I really like the show. I'm excited to see where it goes. But okay, so the thing I was talking about in the trailer that's a big giveaway is Vision is talking to Agnes, her character, and he's like, "Are you okay?" And she says something weird. I don't remember what she says. And he's like,
"You want to redo that?"
No. Okay, so she does that in the episode, but in the trailer, she's like, she says something like, "I'm dead" or something like that. And he's like, "Why would you say that?" And she's like, "'Cause you are." And then Vision's like, "What?" And so it's like, what the frick is going on? So I think that might have been
it's either coming up or might have been a cutscene.
Next is 90s. So it's 9 episodes. So we have 4 more episodes. So next is 90s and 2000s. And so that picture or that part of the trailer looked like modern day. So I can see the last episode being a modern day sitcom. So that might be the last episode or one of the last episodes. It could be the 2000s one too, but yeah, it's good. I like it a lot. It's really good. Well, what do you think we're gonna see next episode?
At this point, I don't know.
I have no idea. Every episode's kind of like,
I guess
throwing you for a loop.
I said earlier, Uncle Jesse, Full House is an 80s sitcom. I think it's a 90s sitcom. So this makes sense if they brought him in from the 80s and now he's in the 90s and then he's Uncle Jesse from Full House, but it's Uncle Pietro. That would make sense.
So yeah, because then they'll probably remake the intro to Full House, but in the style.
Everywhere you look. Everywhere you look.
I wouldn't be surprised if...
I forgot the name of the show that they based the 80s one on. My mom told me. I can't remember. But yeah. Okay, cool. Well, that's I guess those are our thoughts on WandaVision right now. We'll probably talk about episode 6 next week. But yeah, so I guess let's talk about what you've been doing. Parker, what have you been doing?
Not a lot, because my internet sucks. You can probably tell from the video quality once this gets uploaded. My voice might also sound weird at some point.
No, that's good.
So I haven't had internet, so I haven't been playing a lot of video games except for Bloons Tower Defense, because it doesn't require an internet Connection. I've been playing the crap out of it. So I've been playing that, and I've been playing Skyrim Special Edition. I've also been playing a lot of Smash Bros. At Zach's house. And we watched Battle of Gods and Resurrection F because I could tell he didn't really like the slow pace of Dragon Ball Z, and I don't know if he's gonna like Dragon Ball Super, so I showed him those movies and he liked them.
Well, I mean, those are the
yeah.
first 2 arcs of Super, so if you get to Super, you could just skip those.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
What about you, Jeremy?
I haven't been playing that much video games. I don't know. I just been kind of out of it. Whenever I try to play a video game, I just don't have fun. So I just end up not playing stuff for a while. But I've been watching.
Oh, it's finally hit you. I was waiting for it to happen to one of you.
What?
It's called being an adult. Video games aren't fun anymore.
No, it's just I don't know. It's not. It's been like my personal life more than just like the video game.
No, yeah, no, 100%. That's what happened to me. It's like I want to play games, but it's like I don't know if I want to.
I'm in the
This
same
game
boat
doesn't
right now.
seem fun right now.
And so yeah, I've
just been playing. Same.
I'm like, I want to play. I want to finish Ghost of Tsushima, and I'm like, I kind of just want to do nothing right now. I don't know if I want to play games.
Yeah, because like I get done with dinner and do like one other thing. It's like 9 o'clock. It's like, well, what do I do now? Like, my internet's not that good, so I have no one to play video games with. I was like, so I've started watching more movies, which has been nice.
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
But like I just I literally it's like 9 o'clock hits. Like I have nothing to do, but I know I'm not going to go to sleep until like at least like the earliest like 1.
Movies.
And so I'm just like. So I've just been watching a movie like The Equalizer. I was on a bunch of like clips on YouTube, and like, wow, this is actually a pretty good movie.
Okay, hold on. I got sidetracked. So I don't know how they do this. CBS, they get all these rights to these movies that are like not all these not B movies, but like B action movies, for lack of a better term, and they turn them into shows. And they do one with The Equalizer, which is originally Denzel Washington, and like he's an old dude too, so it's. Nothing. It's not about that, but like, freaking Queen Latifah, she's like 60, like she's an action hero. I'm like, you're stretching it. Like Denzel was pushing it. Queen Latifah, I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, she's a boss lady. I'm just saying, her as an action hero in like her 60s. It's weird for like old men to do it too. But I'm saying, I'm like, I don't know if I buy this.
Yeah, I don't think that show's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be like your typical like TV show, like appealing to a whole different audience than the movies were meant for. So it's gonna be like, I might watch it, but probably won't. But yeah, I've been watching it. I watched that. I rewatched Good Will Hunting.
I've never seen that movie. Probably should watch it.
I watched one other movie. I can't remember what I watched, but I want to watch Interstellar because I haven't like sat down and watched it from like beginning to end.
Really?
Like, I've seen it like 2 or 3 times where like something happens where like I was watching it and had to leave, or I missed like the beginning. So I just want to like sit at the beginning and don't miss any of it.
Man, that's a tough. That's a movie you had to watch in theaters, dude. Like. But it's not the same on a TV. Yeah, it's not the same on a TV.
I didn't see it in theaters either.
Yeah, dude, it was. Oh my gosh, in theaters, it was. Woo.
I bet, but like, I feel like I would like the movie a lot more if I at least get like the story from beginning to end.
Yeah, no, it's a great movie. I love it. But yeah, that's a film. Like you got to watch it in theaters, or like a theater room or something.
Yeah. The other movie I watched was Idiocracy. Have you seen that one?
Mm-mm.
I've not seen Idiocracy.
Pretty much the plot of the movie is, I forget who's in it, but like the military's doing like secret testing to like trying to genetically freeze people, like kind of like
What?
was it cryo
Freeze.
freeze them,
Yeah.
so that like if like a war happens, they can have like their soldiers to fight,
Mm.
but like they shut down the program, but these people are still like in the cryo freeze, so they're just in that. But what
And they
happens
wake
is
up.
yeah, but they wake up 500 years in the future, and everyone's just stupid because it's like the whole plot is like, you know how stupid people are more likely to reproduce. It's pretty much all the smart people stop reproducing.
Wait, is that
and
true?
So they just get that's the plot of the movie. And like the president of the United States is Terry Crews.
It's a sobering
like,
thought.
and then yeah, but it's like this, not like as much as the movie makes it out to be. Like in reality,
yeah, obviously.
They just play off the fact, but like Terry Crews is the president. He's just like a super buff like dude, but everyone's stupid. Like the guy in the movie, the whole point is like he's average, like super average, but
he's incredibly smart.
He's by far the smartest person in the world. Like they're watering their crops with like energy drinks and like it's so funny because it's just like
Idiocracy.
Yeah, it's literally like it's just like makes fun of itself. Like it doesn't take itself seriously at all, and I had a good time.
That's funny. That sounds fun. I've been trying to watch movies that I haven't seen before. So I watched 2 Studio Ghibli films. I watched Howl's Moving Castle, which I really, really liked, and then Spirited Away, which I also liked, but I definitely like Howl's Moving Castle a lot more. So I watched those. I pulled up Ghost of Tsushima again, played it for a little bit. But then also today I was like, oh, I have some free time. I could play Ghost of Tsushima, and then I was like, or I could do nothing. And I did nothing. Actually, I was pretty productive today. I made some tacos for lunch, cleaned my room, did my laundry, washed all my bed. If you can see my bed, there's nothing on it. It's just the mattress because I have to put all the sheets and stuff back on it. But I was like productive. So I did do stuff today. Just nothing lazy. Just weird. That's adulthood. When you want to be lazy and you're like, I think I'll be productive today. What else did I do? Oh, I re-downloaded Star Wars: The Old Republic, trying to play, but someone's internet just decides to stop working.
I've had it. I've been playing. Been waiting for you to say something.
I kept asking. You're like, my internet's not working, so I'm just like, all right.
Last time you asked me was last week.
Yeah, and so I
told you I finished downloading it on Friday.
Okay, and so I was like, I'll wait for him to finish or to download it, and he will ask me to play. But you have not asked me to play. No, you said I downloaded it. You never said I want to play.
I will show you. Find this.
Pull it up. Pull it up. Go ahead and pull it up.
It might take me a little bit. There's been a lot of text since then.
You ain't gonna find it. I'll tell you what. Sorry, I've been watching a lot of a Black Preacher, and it's coming out. He'll always like make he'll like talk as someone else, but he always does like some hood black girl, so he talks like that, and it's coming out. I am not a hood black girl. If you're listening and you can't see me, I'm not a hood black girl. I know I sound like one.
I didn't ask you to play. All I said was that I got it working. Okay, but you're the one with the busy schedule. I'm just waiting for you, because if I say something, you'll be like, "Oh, I can't until next week."
I have an extra.
Specific time for 5 minutes.
I have an extra day off now. I can play. Yeah, well, a night off. That's big because didn't really have those. But yeah, I did download SWTOR. I played it for a little bit, just kind of exploring again. But yeah,
After we realized how terrible Skyforge was.
Yeah, we did. We downloaded Skyforge for a little bit, and we're like, it's not as good or fun as we remember it. But so yeah, trying to think if there's anything else that I've been doing. No, not really. I did get this, but that's about it. I didn't buy it. If that's what you're wondering, I did not buy it. I was given it. I was doing a shoot, and I was doing a shoot, and we used it as a prop, and I was like, "Can I have this?" And they're like, "Yeah." So, okay, so then what we're looking forward to, obviously Godzilla vs. Kong, Lego Star Wars, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, WandaVision, all the stuff we talked about today. There were rumors. We didn't talk about this. There's rumors. Everyone's talking about it though, so I feel like there has to be some nugget of truth in it. That the Gen 4 Pokemon games are getting a remake. I would love that. Take what you learned from Sword and Shield, put it into that. Please, 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 for the love of God, put Mega Evolutions and not Dynamaxing in it. How would you explain Dynamaxing in Sinnoh? Because like it makes sense in.
There better not be.
It makes sense in Galar. Eternatus is there. He makes the spots, but like, because like Oris had primal reversions, which were canonical, logical, made sense in story versions of the legendaries, which primal forms of the Sinnoh legendaries would also make sense because they are super old, and one of them is literally the time god. One of them is literally God. Like it would make sense if they had primal forms.
One of them makes you have bad dreams.
Yeah,
I guess he's a mythic.
Yeah, he's a mythical. Probably one of the best mythicals. Darkrai is
my
great.
favorite. Yeah.
I have a Darkrai background on my computer that's really cool. But like, how would you explain the Coronet? Because like Mount Coronet, it's like super magnetized. So maybe you could do something with magnets. But like
magnets make Pokemon grow big.
Make Pokemon go brrr. But like if they gave like new forms to the legendaries, which is usually what they do now, are they gonna give them just Dynamax forms? Like that's pretty, or Gigantamax? That's pretty lame. Could give them Megas. That'd be pretty cool.
Then primals.
And
make the most sense.
Give them primal forms. Give us Megas of the starters. Make Empoleon like
not
cool. Yeah.
Make it so I have a reason to choose Piplup.
Yeah. I love Infernape. I love Torterra. They dropped the ball with Empoleon.
Never chosen Piplup because Empoleon is so ugly.
I don't like Piplup or Printplup. I think Empoleon is the best Pokemon in that line, and I don't like Empoleon.
That's a hot take. Piplup is adorable.
Yeah, Piplup.
I think Piplup looks stupid. Printplup looks even stupider.
Yeah.
But I think Piplup looks stupid.
It just gets worse and worse for me.
Yeah.
Empoleon is literally the
I like
his
design. I really like his crown beak and his like flipper blades, but that's about it.
It's like probably the only gen where I think honestly the grass Pokemon might be like the best one, but also
I really like Torterra's
Torterra.
design, but I do really like
Torterra.
Infernape. Infernape is very good. He's
very it's like cool. I usually like the grass Pokemon more, but I realize they're not usually the best or not the best design. It's just like personally I like them more, but like in that gen, it's like Infernape's cool. Polio's not, and then you got the grass one. You're like, okay.
And like grass ground, like obviously you're weak to ice, but it's a great typing. It's so cool. Okay, so I just had a thought. Mega Empoleon. Make him General Grievous. Give him 4 sets of flippers and like elbows, but now all his flippers have blades, and make him a little bit skinnier. You can have that one for free, James
Water
Turner.
Steel.
Yeah, which is a great typing.
Yeah. Or make him
great
like.
Typing.
I don't think there's any other Water Steel types.
Yeah, right.
I think the only thing uglier than Empoleon is Samurai.
Yeah, okay. Just bring it back. Okay, bring it back a little bit. Samurai is beautiful and perfect. Okay, such a cool design, and he can stand up and he has swords.
Yeah, it's so.
It's so bad. He's got He's got some pecs. He's pretty swole. Samurai is a great design, and I will die on that.
Why does he have pecs if he walks on all fours?
Because he can stand up.
I know, but
It's just his official art that has him on all fours. His official art should have him standing up with the 2 blades. Let's like, why even have? They're in the armor on his arms. Those are scabbards, so he pulls them out of his arms. Like if the art was him, like why even have the fact of? Why even say he can stand up and has 2 swords on him if it's not even in his art? Like that was just dumb on their part.
I think the coolest part of him is that he's on all fours, because nothing is ever on 4 legs in Pokemon as it evolves, and I think that's cool.
I like the fact that he can go back and forth, and like I think his official art is him on all fours and one is holding a sword. But I mean, like he should have been water fighting. Him just being pure water is stupid. He should be water fighting. Give him a little bit more in attack and a little bit more in speed, and he's so good. You give him Mega Horn, Aqua Tail. Give him a better.
I hate his colors.
I think it's green, or it might be pink. Give him a better fighting move.
Gosh, pink is. Ugh.
Yeah. Or no, his helmet is like reddish, right? And he's blue still.
Yeah, he's still blue. He's just darker blue. The yellow.
Superior might be like my least.
Gen 5.
There's Star.
Gen 5. Yeah.
Embor's pretty cool.
Embor has grown on me over the years, but I still don't really. It's literally just. It's Red Jinbei. That's what he is. He's Red Jinbei.
Yeah, he is. It's pretty cool, but it's like. Based off, like, compared to like other starters, he's not cool,
and like it's still based off of like it's Chinese mythology, which was like Infernape shtick. Like he still has that kind of style to him. It's like, and he's another firefighting. There's just not a lot going for Embor. And his best, he learns like arm thrust as Pig Knight, which is a terrible move. And then the only like good fighting move he gets is Hammer Arm, which is a good move, but. I don't know. Regardless, bring back Megas. Give us Mega Milotic. Give us Mega Starters. Primal Legendaries. Who else would be a good Mega? Mega Rhyperior. Magmortar. And Electivire. That would be cool.
Let's look up the Pokemon.
Mega Spiritomb.
Yeah, give all like the starters.
Know what I'm saying? All the Pokemon that got evolutions in N4, so like Tangrowth, Yanmega, Yanmega, make it happen, Game Freak.
Give like Rampardos and Bastion, like
Bastiodon. Yeah, because
Mega Mamoswine would be dope.
Yeah, I like Rampardos. Bastiodon is the stupidest freaking thing I've ever seen in my life. Just give it a Mega and make him look better.
Yeah, I feel like I think there's like designs in Gen 4 Pokemon are really cool.
I like a lot of the Gen 4 designs.
Give us more Rotoms.
Give us some more fire types, maybe.
Okay. Toxicroak Mega.
I'd be all over Toxicroak Mega. Toxicroak is a great, but I was gonna say like Mega Lucario, but there already is one. There's already a Mega Abomasnow.
Oh yeah.
It looks like a
feral
I want cat.
More Rotom types.
More Mega.
Dusknoir would be cool. Yeah, all the Pokemon that got evolutions in Gen 4, give them Megas.
All of them?
Mega Lumineon.
All we could do is Mega EV evolutions.
It's too many.
I don't see that happening. Unless there's a Mega Eevee. Or just give it a normal type evolution.
Mega Porygon Z.
Now we're talking.
It's giant leaf.
It's just a computer. Yeah.
I want a Mega Perugly, but it's even fatter cat.
No. I just really want, if they make Gen 4 remakes, I just want them to be good. I really enjoyed Sword and Shield. There's some stuff that was wrong with that game, but I really enjoyed it. So if they just take a step forward, these could be very good games. I want them to be very good games.
Wait.
Okay, well, Parker, what are you looking forward to?
Tomorrow, new Destiny 2 season drops. Hopefully
I
that'll.
thought you said Togedemaru. I was like,
No.
why?
No. New season drops. I hope it's good. It looks kind of good. Hopefully, it makes me want to play the game
Stuff to do.
more. Yeah, play their stuff to do. All the stuff you said, pretty much everything we talked about today. When does WandaVision, one of the episodes come?
Thursday night, Friday.
Okay, so I will for that. And yeah.
What about you,
I'm gonna
Jeremy?
get Lego Star Wars for sure.
If there's online, I might get it on Switch because I'm more likely to play with you guys.
Yeah.
What about you, Jeremy? What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to like a lot of the same stuff you guys are looking forward to, like WandaVision.
Oh, My Hero is in like May, isn't it?
I think it's
I don't
March.
know.
Is it March? That'd be great. I would love that.
Let me look. I'm pretty sure. March 27th.
Really?
It's not confirmed yet. It's what it's supposed to. Because it's spring, they usually start in the early spring.
All right. I'll be down. I
Fair.
will be down. All right. Well, cool. I think that's the show. So thank you so much for listening. We hope you find time out of your busy schedule to come back and listen to us next week. But come on, we all know you've got nothing better to do. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to hit like, comment, and subscribe. And if you are on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or anywhere else you get podcasts, make sure to leave a review and tell a friend. It would really help us out. And we will see you all in the next one. Peace out.